Welcome back to Running in the 90s. I'm so excited for today's session.
It's fine.
Today we have Percy and Tempest and Celia.
Hey! It does say Lance, in fact, where Celia is.
Yes, I am Himbo Man. I would pay to see that, actually.
Oh my god.
I think Rachel could do a great job as Lance.
I mean, I have absolutely no doubt of that, actually. It's the picture. I need the name thing.
It's not the start of a RIT90s stream if there's not at least something that needs to be moved.
At least one stream. Otherwise,
Isn't that part of the whole bingo?
Yeah.
Tech issues.
Like, let us know if you can hear us.
We'll have Lance again by next time.
I love Lance Celia. I'm here for it.
Sounds just like a ship name, which is wild considering the current circumstances.
That's like a really long ship name too.
Yeah. It's kind of fun though, but
Celia.
It sounds so fancy.
I mean, oh hi,
Paul.
hi Paul.
Oh!
Hey!
I feel like Paul did not get enough cyberpunk yesterday.
Yeah,
So-
needs more.
Needs more.
Where last we left off, Merlin, Tempest, and Celia had gotten together and used the power of
Friendship.
many different types.
Witches.
Yeah, many different types of witchery and magic to successfully banish the spell, the necrotic spell that had been enchanted into the roomed door that that Arthur went and slammed his head against in the middle of the night.
Oh, Steve Quiet, according to Paul.
Steve Quiet.
I can fix that. Steve,
Which is like-
volume tests.
Contrary to real life,
Test
Steve
for
is quiet.
Steve volume. Much tests. All of the volume testing. Hello?
To be determined. People are probably
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna wait and
mobile.
because there's the delay.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard to type and keep up in chat when you're on mobile.
I
I've like
also-
tried in so many
yeah.
streams, and I'm just like, okay, I need to add I need to add more words in context because it's gonna be like a couple of minutes past what actually
Yeah.
happened.
If you see me frantically typing off screen,
So
you know what's up.
So
Keep volume
you
good.
managed to banish this core of magic that had been perpetuating this very complex spell that had been woven and enchanted into that door. And at the core of it, you sensed in some way a very real manifestation of Oberon, that spirit that had been previously trapped within Merlin's scythe, and then later has now escaped. It's unclear though what exactly that was. You get the feeling it wasn't Oberon directly, but in some way this spell was strong enough that it contained a piece of him.
I feel like it was just a manifestation of his like singular fuck you to Arthur.
It did seem
did
singularly
seem that
set
way.
upon its hatred of Arthur in particular, yes.
Like you in particular.
So you banished that spell. As that combat was reaching its dramatic conclusion, Arthur, in a last-ditch effort to try and do something that would help save the struggling party, put his entire consciousness and soul into the nanite blade that he had created, Excalibur, and
What could
just
go wrong?
hucked that into the room at the cage at the center, which had been constructed around that orb of green energy, seemingly having sealed away Arthur's part of the nightly grail energies that each of you have access to. He hurled the sword into the room, where it shattered into many pieces, which was actually his intent, with his plan being that some of them would fly through the cage and get some part of his consciousness into inside the cage to hopefully work from there.
Wow.
As the situation currently stands, Arthur's body is unconscious at 1 health, without his consciousness or soul inside it, being sort of actively sustained by the last instructions that he gave to his nanites, which are replicating the functions of whole organs and parts of his body that are missing. For instance, the large necrotic holes in his neck. His leg is completely detached and sitting over on the floor. And less the fact that his body is still performing all the necessary functions to be alive. It is very unclear to you how to quantify just how alive of a state Arthur is in right now.
The check engine light's on, and also no one is home.
Celia, you had made a perception check to try and understand this situation a little bit better. And what you had encountered was that the magic of the spell that Oberon had cast, the way it was just sort of disassembling things, was much different from your magic. And it caused you to sort of come to this revelation about the difference between what you do, which is actually sort of shadow magic. It is magic that revolves around ghosts and the shadows of what people are and what they have been. And it does involve frequently looking at death and how people pass on and all that. But it was very different from the magic that you saw in this necrotic spell that was enchanted into the door, which had one simple function, and that was to identify things that were alive and simply just deconstruct them, turn them into base, dead elemental parts. With, in a certain way, a sort of a lower level of artifice and intent, in the sense that there was much less, it was a much less complex thing that was happening conceptually, but much more refined magic use, as it was literally just disassembling matter into base components.
Oh boy.
The entire room is still coated in a thin layer of this paper white and sometimes gray ash, which is mainly just raw carbon.
Ooh.
The spell itself is gone, but you are still dealing with the remnants of the spell, which was this large sort of muscle and sinew like structure that had been summoned across the ceiling, which as the spell ended just came apart. And like muscle fibers breaking, it began dripping out this blue, viscous, almost like blood, which you have learned by experience is very acidic. And at the center of that little room that was guarded by the door, at the center of that little cage, which has now been torn open by that green energy escaping and sort of expanding out to fill the area and dissipate through it, there lingers a tiny, tiny mote of what you recognize as the same astral mana color as Arthur's energy. And just surrounding it and pouring downward like a liquid, sort of in a spherical shape, coming to a point and just streaming downward in a laminar flow, is this... Black is almost the wrong word to describe it, as it just sort of absorbs anything. Like when you attempt to perceive it, it's not even that you can tell what color this energy is that's wrapping around that moat and then streaming down, as much as you can just see that everything around it stops. Like there's this little void around it. And even from this range in astral space, it feels cold. Like when you walk towards something that is very hot and from a distance you can feel the heat, is that, but with just this radiation of cold.
Jesus.
And I will let you all start and then jump to Arthur.
I feel like last we left off, Percy was not quite doing the math in terms of Arthur being dead or alive.
Yeah, I feel like Tempest was at his side trying to figure out,
Yeah.
like, tech versus astral versus if there's a soul there, kind of.
Yeah, I believe Tempest was
And
sort
also
of
make
trying
sure
to
he was
assess the situation. And Percy was coming to grips with the fact that Arthur wasn't just like in the Matrix, something else was going on, based on the fact that normally if he's unconscious in meat space, you just talk to him through the Matrix and you immediately get a response. And that's just not happening.
So I think her first instinct is probably gonna try and get the Valkyrie module.
Okay,
So like
yeah.
deal with his meat suit.
So you're gonna run and go try to get the Valkyrie module from the hallway.
Is it in the hallway or is it in like a different room?
Realistically at this point, I think you guys had it all in the hallway. I would have assumed it would have been moved to probably Percy's room, somewhere near the forge area or something.
I just like the idea that the silver bullet has been just in the Valkyrie module, like Snow White. It's
Yeah,
just
that's-
like in the glass case.
I forgot about that.
Snow Silver.
He's just been marinating in there for God knows how long.
For a period of time. It's been a second.
Yeah, so she's gonna go rush
He's either dead or really hungry.
I'm pretty sure that the Valkyrie module takes care of that for
Yeah.
the most part. But yeah, he's been in there a minute. You haven't really checked how much it's been able to repair him getting his chest stomped in.
Getting Goomba stomped by Lance.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, okay. That's
Okay.
what Percy's gonna do during this time.
Percy takes off. Celia, Tempest.
It's been so long since we played. I had a plan last session. All I remember is I was like trying to figure out what is the Soul Matrix vibe.
Yeah.
And then we ended.
So, I think the things you would obviously be able to tell without making any deeper checks are the nanites are filling in and replicating some very necessary bodily functions for his body to remain alive.
Okay.
And they seem to be doing an okay job of that for now. But based on your understanding from Arthur in the past, the nanites, when they're doing something really active like that, expend power.
To be fair, I don't know Arthur barely at all, but I would understand,
You would understand
the
that they
cybernetics as a
expend power,
technomancer.
and that's probably not like a thing that they can do permanently unless they receive some sort of outside refresh, recharge type thing. You probably don't know Arthur well enough to have an idea what that timeline looks like.
Okay. But
you also can tell from a technomancer standpoint that Arthur's living persona does not appear anywhere around you in the Matrix.
cool.
And you can tell, again, technomancer, astral perception side, that other than perhaps some lingering flow across and through the nanites, you don't see that like core, that usually very visible bright core of energy, of soul inside Arthur's body anywhere.
Cool.
Yikes. Hate that.
Yeah. Tempest will probably just look up to Celia and Merlin and be like, I don't have any magic left, because he hasn't gotten any healing since,
Nope.
right? Okay, just clarify.
Yeah, you were focused on remove curse, not put back together.
Yeah.
God, where's Merlin when you need her? This would be a good time for Slip.
Technically Merlin too, but
Yeah.
if you guys can start healing him, if it's okay, I might try to figure out where Arthur
I'm gonna
is.
say that right now Lance is like, first we have to get him out of here, and just scoops Arthur up and is like, somebody grab his leg, and literally is just like covering over him as the drips from the ceiling are coming down and hitting Lance's back and shoulders with that acid as he rushes over toward the stairwell. Because I will remind you, if you guys need to leave this area, either going into the stairwell or away from this area to get away from that dripping acid.
Okay.
Right.
If anyone's willing to like stay and go towards the stairwell, Tempest will like start trying to get a better investigation on
I'll say
where
that Lance is going to sort of follow anyone else's lead for which direction to take Arthur in that regard.
Oh, okay. I thought he started heading like
Yeah, Percy
out to
left
get
the
back.
library.
That's right.
Yeah. Percy left to go get the Valkyrie module. Lance is just sort of shielding Arthur's body and looking to see where you guys are going to regroup.
I guess probably stairwell was closest.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. And is anyone specifically grabbing Arthur's leg?
I'll grab his leg.
Okay. Celia.
Yo.
How's Celia reacting to this? What are you trying to do in this moment?
Because you said she saw like the spooky little astral Arthur moat with like the Vanta Black aura.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfectly described.
And, like
Just
where
this
was it?
infinite laminar flow of this perfectly black energy around that moat and then down in a stream to the floor where it pools and disappears downward into nothing.
That's spooky.
I love spooky.
So spooky. Can I don't know if there's like a roll, like essentially I guess you'd probably want to see if it's like dangerous or like what exactly is going on with the little void
Sure.
around the Arthur moat.
Are you going to try and do that from here, or try and get like into that room and get closer to it, or are you going to try and sort of take what you know and figure out what you can from that knowledge while following with everyone else to the stairway? Because if you stay here, you'll have to avoid the acid damage.
Yeah. Is there spooky acid in the room where the orb is?
No, the little room where the orb is, like after the door was shattered in and whatever enchantment was creating that illusory sort of cage around the room filled with runes, shattered. It appears to be, at the moment, just an empty room with this little plinth at the center that has the broken cage and this tiny moat.
I feel like if the little room seems safe, she'd step in for a second to actually get a closer look at whatever's going on with it.
Sure, yeah. You absolutely can do that. Do you want to give me this would be an astral perception check, I think. And yeah, let's call that DC 20 to understand just anything about this. And then if you pass that, we can go from there.
Okay. Damn. Is there a specific astral projection on the little sheet that we made, or is it just like perception?
Unless you have a
Just
specific...
normal, yeah,
Okay.
perception unless you have bonuses.
I don't think I do.
Mhm. 16. Yeah, you've never seen anything like this before. And being this close to it, that feeling of cold is now very intense. But in an odd way, it doesn't seem to be pulling anything from you. Like, you sort of, as you're conceiving of this void, you felt like as you got closer, it would sort of like try and sap the warmth out of you or like pull something from you. And that doesn't seem to be happening. It's just the sensation of this intense cold.
Okay.
Meanwhile, on the inside,
Ooh.
Arthur.
Yes.
Do we need sad music?
Somber music.
Oh,
It
it's
is
sad.
quiet and dark. It is that type of quiet and dark that is difficult to articulate because it is sometimes difficult to articulate nothing. The kind of experience people only have deep, deep down in an old cave or mine where none of the light even bounces and manages to make it through the twists and turns. And it's hard to even perceive your own position in space because everything is so still and so quiet. And in that space, you're not sure how long you might have been there as you sort of have this thought of coming to yourself, realizing, conceiving of your existence within this space, where it feels like maybe you've only been there a second, and simultaneously maybe you've been there for quite a while. And as you're thinking through this, it's hard to find the pace of your own thoughts in this stillness and silence, this incredible deep shadow. But as you sort of tense that internal feeling, you're able to stretch out and feel your own body, even though everything around you, there's not even air in this space to feel when you move your body, that sensation of wind and air passing over the hairs on your arms and legs, changing temperature around you. But you can get that deeper internal sensation of movement as you try and move your body. And you remember, just briefly, and sort of all at once, everything that just happened. And before anything else happens, I think you have a moment there.
I think I just let out any air I was holding in my lungs.
Yeah. As you let out that air, the sensation is incredibly comforting. Because for a moment, as you let it out, it passes over your face, over your tentacles, and you feel that sensation that sort of orients you within space for a moment. And then, softly, out of the pure silence, though it seems deafeningly loud as compared to the silence that you've been sitting in, you hear a voice say, "Hello? Hey,
Hey!
you up?"
Well,
And you know that there's no air in your lungs, but as you try to speak, you find that you can.
look, it's...
And somewhere between the panic of feeling like you should be suffocating, you sort of choke out those initial words as you come to grips with the fact that somehow you're okay at the moment.
Oh my god. Not the Grim Reaper being like, hey, you up, text.
Oh my god.
Look... Were there...
You... Wow, looks like you had a rough one.
Is this it? Am I done?
Find somewhere better to talk. And you feel the sensation of a hand that sort of gently but not tenuously grasps your shoulder. And what is a place that Arthur would feel like was sort of safe? Not necessarily warm or happy, any of those things, just neutral and safe, somewhere he's comfortable.
Yeah, so, there's kind of like this area over to the side of where the trash normally is, but the wind, it's like upwind of the trash that is on a floating sort of like metal platform dock thing, out over the ocean, that he used to be at. So, and you can just kind of see a beach in the distance.
Okay. So we're just on this sort of metal platform dock then.
Oh, I may have been in the trees.
Sorry, what?
We'll find out shortly.
I think
So
Was I in the
issues.
trees? Yeah, okay. So, it's just a little stretch of beach. And it has these tall rocks around it, so it's like a little cove thing.
This is the small cove out by the waterfront in New Seattle where you landed after everything went down.
So-
At the lab?
No, this is a different cove.
Okay.
Yes, it's very similar. It was from a time
Cool.
before that happened, when he like sort of, I say snuck away, I think people were aware.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
To honestly probably the same cove now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel this shift and suddenly you're just there, in that way that in dreams things change incredibly suddenly, and for some reason it doesn't seem that jarring. You can feel the sand underneath your toes. There are a couple of chairs sitting behind you with an umbrella. You can hear the water of the ocean lapping, and the sun is not setting yet, but it is approaching sunset. It is hanging low in the sky. And as you're sort of standing looking out at the ocean, and all this rushes into you, you realize there's somebody standing on your left.
Well, no one's supposed to be in the... What? And as he starts to, like, talk or dress, he's just gonna, like, turn to look at them and without immediately speaking.
You see a standing 3-4 inches shorter than you. This slightly tired, not dirty or anything, just slightly unkempt, bit scrungly guy, who he's recently clean shaven. His hair's sort of medium length, messed up a bit across the top. He's wearing what looks like a very comfortable shirt, probably something akin to like a flannel, but it has that texture, but the pattern on it is all these small intricate cyber lines that run across it. Pants, just jeans that have been like cuffed up almost to the knee as he's standing in the sand. And he seems to shift as he's sort of orienting himself slightly uncomfortably. So, I think you have an idea why you're here.
Yeah.
Oh. And he kind of like looks him over, and he looks down, looks up, kind of squints a little bit, and then his eyes relax, and his shoulders kind of like untense.
As you look at this guy, the one thing you notice that's odd about him are his eyes are this pale blue, almost white, that where the iris and the pupil should be just like, it's that color, but it seems to just disappear into this void of vastness within that doesn't have an end. And there's this gentle light sort of shining out.
And Arthur, like, looking at him, will like sit down on the sand and put his hands down and to lean back on them, and look out over the waves.
He sits down next to you. He sort of combs his fingers through the sand, and he pulls out a few small seashells to look at them.
This is a good last spot to be.
I'm sorry, I'm sort of collecting my thoughts here. It's been a long time since I've done this. There's everyone sort of gets their own thing, and it's not very often that someone gets me.
The sad boy. The Grim Reaper?
So, you're in an odd position.
Well,
But the good
that's-
money is on you not.
money.
In all likelihood, you are about to pass on. Or already have.
Oh,
We're somewhere in the middle, which is why you're seeing me.
oh,
I should introduce myself, but the truth is, usually in this scenario, you're the one to give me a name. Whatever it is you conceive of. If it helps, people often have something they're looking for as they pass on. For many people, it's something warm, something comforting, a mother-like figure. Many people see that. Others are looking for a cold, grim embodiment of the existence of death that allows them to feel that immediate finality. And for many others, it's someone they were close to and knew. I initially considered appearing as Gwen, but I think as you would have realized quite quickly that I was not, in fact, her, and then that would have
yeah,
been much more upsetting than anything else.
yeah, what else?
I would have come as perhaps one of the others that could represent some embodiment of
No,
virtue,
no,
but
this is good.
you would find that patronizing.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Don't go towards the light.
Rest, Michelle.
But before we can continue, you do have to give me a name. I can answer questions, any that you have. That's kind of my whole role here, actually. About me, about you, about anything. Bear in mind, though, I don't have access to everything you've done. I can really only see the parts of your life that... the experiences that left an imprint on your soul.
Jesus.
Okay,
And
Mr.
he lays back a little bit, and the ground sort of shifts so that there's a beach blanket under the two of you. And just in between you appears these cups of hot, steaming coffee, just the way you remember it from the lab. From this one machine that, like, you always got the coffee from because you swore it was better, even though in theory they all made them the same.
Got that
Yeah.
watery Delta coffee.
Yeah.
Friend.
Couldn't hear you. Say again.
I said, friend,
Yeah.
Hope.
He puts an arm around your shoulder. He says, "Hello, Arthur. I am Friend."
Sorry. Friend computer.
I wish I had family here, but
You have some that passed before, and you have, and he gestures forward, and what you see sort of pulled literally out of you, in front of you, are these scenes that you sort of instantaneously relive, seeming that they took no time at all, but you're able to pull all the detail out of them, like when you go back to remember something, and you just feel all those emotions and experiences quickly. You see, first, you as a small kid, and you see your older brother. Flashes before your eyes. You see visions of your grandmother and you see very briefly a couple of things you took away from your dad. And some things from your mom. Jumping forward, you see two specifically of the other kids you knew at the lab. You see 45, and you see No, I think probably in this instance, given the context, it's just 45. You see Gwen, and then jumping further forward, you see...
Probably her dad, too.
Yeah, I would imagine. And then jumping further forward, you see Percy. You see
What?
Lance.
Oh.
You see... Gawain. You see... Merlin. I don't know if Arthur had really had enough time with Tempest or Celia to have sort of integrated them to that level in terms of knowing them. But you at least, in passing, see them in the other scenes.
Yeah.
You see brief flashes of all the people you've met along the journey thus far. Despite what some, and as he says the word some, it has this tinge to it where you just smell salt on the air and feel the looming presence of Ulysses behind you.
Oh
for a moment.
god.
Despite what some might say, a family is much less about those who you are connected to by blood, or even those who raised you, than some might think. Meanwhile, outside.
Yeah.
God
Oh.
damn.
We'll cut right back. I just wanted to give you some time to think, process.
Fucking stab me, why don't you?
Lance pulls Arthur's body into the stairwell. The nanites are continuing to try and sustain him. Tempest, you bring along the leg. Celia, you are watching now as this little moat, nothing really changes except that you now see the moat like pulse and flicker intermittently, growing larger and sometimes smaller. I will say that Merlin in the stairwell begins trying to heal Arthur's body with healing magic.
I was wondering if I was gonna have to start using Drain again.
Yeah, no.
We fixed it, by the way. It's now more dangerous.
Yay!
Yay!
I did this to myself. I helped with the mechanics.
Do I find the doodad?
Yes, definitely. You find it. The silver bullet is inside.
Fuck.
As you arrive, we'll say you're over near that the long hall area inside Percy's portion of the warehouse.
The silver bullet.
It's a long story.
Tempest is like, what?
This is also Storm. I don't know what's happening.
Do you want to,
They definitely told me about this. I don't remember.
are you
what
going to
this
bring the
is.
Valkyrie module back with the silver bullet inside?
I need to. I'm gonna check his vitals.
Check that boy out.
Is he gonna be okay if I take him out?
Do you want to try and roll some sort of a
There's a medicine, first aid, paramedic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm
Can
looking
I
for what
have-
that skill would be called here.
Can I
Yeah, those are all three different
I
skills.
potentially ask Hook for help?
I think it would be you're just rolling your medicine. You can ask Hook for help, but you have to wait for him to get there.
Oh wait, medicine specifically, medtech. I lied. It's just first aid and paramedic.
Okay, then in this case, I feel like this would be first aid because you don't really have paramedic skills.
Is that education?
Technique.
Or technique. It's not a very good. If I fail this, can I still call upon the ever gracious Hook and I for assistance?
Yeah, you can certainly try. You just would have to
Okay.
wait for them to get there.
Okay. I will try.
It's just precious seconds.
You know,
Har.
look, you're
I
having a
did
nice
roll
slow
a
chat.
10. I rolled a 10, so I explode. So 16 base.
So I will say,
gonna-
the experience that Arthur's having in terms of the length of the interaction is in no
I-
way related to how fast
I
time is
know.
moving outside.
I was making a joke.
Okay.
Okay, this went better than expected because I rolled a 10 plus the base 6 for first aid, and then I got a 9 on the explosion. So I think
Nice.
that's 25.
Okay. Looking
Better
at the
than I
Valkyrie
thought.
module, he's definitely still alive.
Cool.
It's been doing work. It seems like it's still doing work. But his condition reads as stable at the moment. In as far as you can tell. The issue is less that pulling him out of the module would immediately kill him, and more that there's probably things the module is doing that if you moved him out of the module, he would still need to be okay in the long term, like over the course of hours, not seconds or minutes.
Oh, so I can't just leave Arthur in the module to cook. Like, I would have to eventually
It doesn't have to be the module, but with that check, I would say, and you're like how much you know about this, you recognize that there's like, he probably needs some sort of fluids, some sort of medicine, maybe some like oxygen, things like that, that not on the seconds or even the minutes timeline, but on the like couple hours timeline, he still needs to have to be okay right now. So you could pull him out. He doesn't have to get that from the Valkyrie module, but he does
Can't put him in a
need some
bush.
things. Yeah.
Okay, Percy is going to take him out of the Valkyrie module.
Okay.
And be like, Hook! And like, gently.
Yes. Have you seen the library?
I'm just holding a slimy silver bullet. I'm assuming he's slimy for some reason.
No,
That's just-
that's accurate. Yeah, it's filled with food.
I'm holding a slimy private detective who's like half dead. Can you make sure he doesn't fully die while I get
Yes,
this
but
further? Okay, thanks, bye.
You-
I'm just gonna wheel the Valkyrie module.
You look like a
Like toward-
college student showing off a recently caught fish. Yeah, okay. I'll just take all of this. Oh, it's slimier than I even thought.
Thanks, love you, bye.
Okay, very well. I shall endeavor to perform medical affectations. And you run off with the Valkyrie module.
Yay.
Definitely isn't true, but didn't we definitely have joke about Hook and I being half medtech? They just used their fashion like surgery skills. Same.
Who knows?
Sewing is sewing.
Sewing is sewing.
As someone who does both. Suturing's easier in my case, but that's...
Yeah. So, you run off back toward the rest of the group. I would say it's probably going to be, even if Percy is running, like 2-3 minutes for Percy to get there with the Valkyrie module. In the meantime, Merlin is working to run heals. It seems like the nanites are dying off pretty quick, trying to do whatever they're doing. So right now, I'll make some rolls, and we'll see basically, is Merlin making progress, losing ground, or just sort of replacing the nanites that are running out of juice.
Yeah, is this something that I'd be able to notice if they're doing one of the three?
Yeah, I would say so. If you want to know for sure, you can give me a perception, astral perception.
Interesting choice, but I do like it because it's one of my highest stats. Jesus Christ. Merlin exploded, so she got a 30 on spellcasting. Which is insane in D&D. It's more
Save some
ridiculous
rolls for
in
the
Cyberpunk
rest of
Grand.
us.
Yes, my girl.
Like that's 6 points over legendary.
Yeah, it's very
5
good.
points. Fucking
It's
wild.
very, very good. So, without needing to roll anything, as she starts, she makes huge progress. She's able to start patching, like, some of the tentacles just sort of start coming back together, sort of knitting, the flesh knits itself back, seeming to almost have never been split in those spots. And in other places, material is actually being sort of pulled across and used to recreate some of the more important systems. But something that is interesting is summoning and spellcasting are often very related but very different things. And where this necrotic spell just disassembled and ate away these parts of Arthur, there is not organic material there to like stitch back together and heal.
We're having the dev problem.
So the options that the body has right now are like try and rapidly grow new cells, which is obviously very resource intensive. Or the spell can actively like pull flesh away from one thing, convert it into a different type of flesh, and try to replace things. Sort of transmutations are happening, and attempts at growth
I could smell the Elrics.
You see, for instance, like
Terrible
in
day
his
for
neck where veins are like, you actually see additional like skin disappear, going backwards and move over and be converted into new veins that fill in the broken parts of his neck.
Fuck,
that
he's
were
gonna have
eaten
some
away.
badass scars.
Michelle's like, I'm so ready.
Hell yeah! You can't go towards the light. We need the badass scars.
But given
Michelle needs
that,
the art.
but given that there's a lot of material missing, even as Merlin is doing this, like she's restoring some of those critical systems, but there's still just meat and skin missing.
Jesus
Where
Christ.
she's unable to like close those holes. And the nanites that have been filling those spaces are starting to die away. So I will say with the 30, she's able to patch up the internal parts of the neck so that blood can start flowing again without the aid of the nanites, so that some of those critical things can start to occur. But like as it stands, Arthur would still not be able to move his neck. There's no muscle there.
Oh my
I have a horrible idea, but I did just spill my drink everywhere, so I'll be back in 3 seconds with
Okay.
Not a horrible idea.
plans.
I feel like Arthur's about to bork the fuck out
Oh God.
Percy, you're on your way back. Celia.
Making my way.
Yo. I mean, she just starts seeing the little moat pulse.
Yeah, it's like
moat
sometimes
things.
it's pulsing larger and sometimes it's sort of flickering almost away.
Because it has like the same color aura as Arthur.
Yes.
So she's pretty sure that this is
pretty definitively
in
there's
some way
some
Arthur.
tiny moat of Arthur that's there.
I definitely feel like she's not gonna touch it because it's still kind of spooky and she's not sure what all is going on with it. But she definitely like kind of like holds a hand up like close to it, almost in like a comforting manner. And she's just gonna I don't know if you can hear me or what parts of you this moat might actually contain, but I wish to help in whatever form that may take, even just remaining here with you for now. She's just like speaking to this moat. She's like, I'm not sure if Arthur is in there, if he can hear, but she's like, I do spooky death things now, and some fuck shit just happened. So if this is the little Arthur moat passing, I don't want him to be alone. So she's just gonna hang out.
And I will remind you, you pulled down your veil last time. And so constantly in your vision right now is just replaying on loop that death echo of Arthur, where you're just watching him repeatedly imbue himself into the sword, and then as his body starts to slump, hurl it at the cage, and the sword shatters.
This is brutal.
What if I make it worse?
No!
Arthur.
Yeah.
You're sitting inside on your little beach.
Holy shit! Don't make it worse.
It'll make it better and worse.
Had so much
God.
rage and despair.
He's sitting there, arm around.
I always hoped that I could keep a little hope alive. I don't know if I made it. He kind of composes himself.
Friend.
I don't know if I made it far enough.
Friend reaches forward and places a hand on your other shoulder at the same time. I said I was here to answer questions.
I don't know if you can answer that one.
I don't know either. And I think it might be a bit presumptuous if I were to try. But I can show you a few things. And they sort of lean forward slightly. And as they lean forward, they press forward on your shoulders at the same time. And almost like that feeling of pressing your face through the surface tension at the top of water. You're looking down at your body laying there as Merlin is literally reaching inside your neck and with magic taking this flesh and like pulling along, sculpting a vein out of the flesh as it transmutes into place to try and put you back together. This is Mercedes Vanderbilt. Mercedes doesn't like blood, and she doesn't like other people's problems. She's well known amongst her circles for being focused on how to climb through the social graces and ladders of her environment to achieve eliteness, to make her parents, to reach the heights that her parents had envisioned for her, and ultimately for doing her own thing. In the last few months, however, she has begun working on a project with all of you that has no clear social benefit to her. I know she jokes about how she wants to have her own spot in your future Avalon and all the things it will bring her and how everyone will laud her efforts, but in truth, she is here, hands drenched in blood, attempting to craft veins out of nothing. For a team, for a companion, and for a friend, who at every opportunity has embroiled her in crime, infamy, and in many cases quite embarrassing situations. It shifts. Percy is running, pulling the Valkyrie unit behind her. This is Phoebe O'Mara. And this is not the first time that Phoebe has watched her friends die. The last time it happened, she swore that she would simply never let it happen again. She swore that she would become a new person, and that that new person would not become so embroiled with people that she couldn't disconnect. She couldn't simply run away and leave if something went truly wrong, that she wouldn't be responsible for another's life. And here she is, sprinting across this space, dragging behind her a medical unit that I think is at least equal to her weight, in an attempt to rescue another one of her friends. And they start to go example by example. Here's Lancelot. Here's Tempest. And as they go through each of these people, they express how hard these people are trying to engage with a relationship and a vision that often goes where often the effort of doing so is diametrically opposed to ways they have been before, despite the fact that you are, for all intensive purposes, very likely dead. And as they finish the final one, I would say probably with Gawain, who's rushing to where you are, having been summoned mentally by Merlin and Percy. He's literally has teleported into his part of the warehouse and is sprinting over. They say, "So I may not be able to say if you've done enough or where anything will be going, but I can say this. People only act this foolishly people only run this hard despite such a narrow chance of victory when they have hope. Because sometimes hope is simply seeing what is very likely to be the reality of a negative situation and refusing to accept that. Leans back, lets go of you, you're back on the beach.
Fuck.
What if John was AFK during that whole thing?
I swear. Wait, but
Actually, though,
John, where are
we're
you?
brother.
Betting he's muted and hasn't figured out how to undo it yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
what
still.
Okay.
Oh.
Holy shit.
John's still crying. 1 second.
Hey,
Can't see his face, can't prove it.
I was like, I'm here.
Can't prove it.
yeah, just chilling, you know.
It's just raining.
It is raining
Terrible
outside.
day for
I had to
rain.
walk through the rain all the way in.
Oh my god.
Still the rain. Like,
Mhm,
45
definitely
minutes
rain.
later.
Damn.
Fuck, Steven. The things.
There was
Sad.
still one thing I wanted to do, but I wanted to let John
No!
say something first.
Hey, you give me like 30 seconds.
Okay.
This was fucking emotional damage.
Then while you take a second, the other thing that I wanted to do is say, as this process was sort of going through, what's pulled out as he watches each person is like one thought that's going through each person's head. And so the question is, it could be at any point during this whole time, but what's like a thought that you have about Arthur, about an experience you've had with Arthur, about what you're trying to do or what you're feeling right now? What's one thought that gets pulled out as something that's running through your head as they sort of are looking at you, as Arthur and Friend are looking at you individually? And I will start with, because I think probably it's easiest with Tempest, who's had a little less time with the party. Tempest.
Yeah. I think Tempest wouldn't be true. Is thinking about things. I would like to explore the main character because I have a lot of questions for Steve. But the main thing I think that would be going through Tempest's mind is less of like a thought, but more of a feeling of, I think they mentioned it when they first followed with you all. This might be my campaign. Maybe this is in character, regardless if I said it or not. Has felt a strange pull towards your guys' party, and felt like this was the correct path, from their sometimes vague and sometimes very specific foreknowledge. And just all the feeling and thought that's running through Tempest's head at the forefront is a strong pull to save Arthur, and just a even stronger feeling that this is important.
Next, Celia, who's had some time with the party, though perhaps not as long as some of the others.
Is it like a direct thought that she's thinking, or just a vibe? Or...
So it can be something that she's feeling in this moment about the situation and everything going on. It can be a memory of something important, some important experience she had with Arthur since joining the party. It can be a thought about how she wants this to turn out. They can really have whatever would seem relevant.
Okay, cool. I feel like initially, because she's been around the group, but she hasn't been around them a lot. and she hasn't spent a whole bunch of time with Arthur, but she has seen and heard him speak about some of the things that he wants and his hope for things, and she finds that really admirable, especially coming from the darkness that she did, fleeing her old job and all of the things that she has had to deal with. And kind of more specifically in this moment, just that fear of the unknown, of whatever is going on with Arthur, whether he can hear her, if something's going on in the orb with him, and how she is very familiar with moving through and navigating that fear. But she did it by herself when she first had this connection with Titania and didn't know what was happening. And just essentially, I think the main vibe with that is just, she might have had to deal with something scary like that by herself, but in this moment, Arthur doesn't have to. So she's like, I will be kind of like a sense of comfort, if he can even feel that, because she doesn't know.
Yeah.
But she will be that for him in this moment.
Yeah, and I think it's not something he sort of experiences until that moment where they're getting back to the beach. But surprisingly, when he does get back to the beach, the sun, which I had mentioned was just about to set, has gone a little lower in the sky and has shifted from this golden orange to this warm pink, that same color as Celia's magic often is. And it just feels so warm across Arthur's skin. Percy.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm
Just gonna cry.
I'm vibing.
So like
now.
this is looking a little bit familiar.
Rip the no!
Oh, sorry. Accidentally muted Steve.
Oh no!
No
more,
more.
GM.
Again.
No
Can't
more.
be sad again.
I can't be sad if I mute Steven.
Just stop your husband from talking.
No more. You lost your speaking privilege. Oh gosh, how do I undo this?
That's
Anyway.
fine now.
I think
Okay.
that's a good background. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's great.
We're twinning.
Color color scheme, yeah.
The sadness. Yeah, so I think the feeling of running through the warehouse Valkyrie module in like hand, I guess. It's not terribly
Rattling
unlike
wheels across the ancient cobblestones.
yeah. It's not terribly unlike the
Hold
feeling of
We'll get there.
yeah, it's not terribly unlike the feeling of running through the halls of that one tower in Tokyo and trying to make it to the extraction point, not knowing whether or not Arthur was going to be stuck in the Matrix forever.
Why does this keep happening? Wait, what?
It's so nice it happens twice.
Oh my god.
So I think the kind of thought that's running through her head is not again, not again, not again. As, you know, the flashes in her mind of Arthur being stuck in the Matrix and her old team just one by one getting dropped by ice and like having their bodies just fall limp in the runners' chairs. And that's the feeling that she's had her whole, like this whole second half of her adult life is running. And the lie that's in her mind as she repeats, not again, not again, is if I let my guard down, I'll lose what I care about. And I feel like in this moment, she's fighting that internal lie of, like, did she let her guard down by letting Arthur in? And as a direct result, is now losing him. Which is real fucking sad.
Uh-huh.
Sprinting.
Yeah. We're changing the Arthur is fine emote to just be absolutely sobbing.
Lance
Exact same emote, just tears streaming.
and everyone in this moment is just trying. Celia with that warm glow interacting with the moat. Tempest and Merlin trying to keep the body running. Lance, quite literally having carried you over, is sort of shielding the hallway still with his door as he's trying to pull off the parts of his shirt where there's still acid, and you can see all the spots across his back and his arms where the acid landed as he was pulling your body over toward the stairwell. Gawain running. Garp running. Just everyone in this moment. And so this is where I want to return to that moment of you coming back. That warm pink sunshine of the setting sun on your skin on the beach.
Yeah. There we go.
A little guy! Oh, no!
Scrangly boy.
No!
Yeah, the original art.
No! Fuck.
Just gonna keep making Michelle cry.
I'm so not okay.
Arthur letting his fingers run through the sand and the waves sort of come up and wash over his toes. Kind of lets his feet slide a bit into the water. I'm pretty tired.
Up.
No.
Looks like it, from what I can see. I'm still here.
I don't...
If you have any more questions for me. But just so you know, when you're done with your questions, when you're ready, where this ends is a question for you.
Did I, was... And you see him kind of turn and look back at the rocks that the waves hit, where they sort of crash. I think I could ask this about most of the people that have known me. If one had known how things would end, Would she have been okay with that?
I've been wondering why they sent me. Maybe that's one I can't answer. Because the answer is... Isn't it so much better that we don't have to know? You spent, and he gestures through, and I'm sure you can envision the types of memories and things he brings up. You spent your whole life as a scientist, trying to model things and figure out just how if you added this or did that, it would come out in this specific way. Knowing full well that things are a bit more complicated, but they can usually be modeled. And in doing so, you can try to achieve a very specific outcome every time because you understand something down to its most fundamental element. But you only do that by learning. And the most core aspect of what has made you that scientist is the curious combination of curiosity and will, where you want to know, and then when you do know, you will it to be better. If people were as simple as understanding which ones you needed to interact with to optimize the best outcome, the least pain, the most ideal solution, then each one would be no more important than the discovery of a new tool in your toolbox. The quest for another form which you could make your nanites take. But this, and he gestures to everything that you have all just gone over, this is something much more complicated, much more unpredictable. And in being so, it has the opportunity to produce something better than you alone could have made. And sometimes it ends in disaster. And you see that image of Percy pass by again. Sometimes it's one disaster after another. But as each person is different, and as you bring more of them around you, as you learn about those people, you get to discover together what the outcomes you never could have built with every single tool in the entire world. And you see Excalibur sort of form in your hand in this space. What every tool in the world would never have allowed you to create alone.
Close.
Whether or not they would have started the path, seeing the end, it's not the question. It's whether or not, seeing the path now, they would fight for its future. They would keep crawling back onto the path every time it washes out in a torrential rain, every time they face challenges and enemies along that path. And what you can see is that everyone around you is fighting.
It's so warm here. I feel kind of cold.
Ah.
Going back to the main world, here's how this is gonna work.
No!
I didn't get to do any things everyone else did.
Huh?
Everyone else got a whole scene before you started going into whatever initiative bullshit you're doing. I haven't done anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had
I
asked
said I was-
Seen if you wanted to do something.
Yeah, no, I said I had a horrible idea, and
Oh,
then
okay,
I had
please.
to go.
Oh yeah, the
Continue.
water break.
Oh, the water break. That's right.
I spilled my Moscow Mule all over
Yeah.
my desk, and then
So,
you moved on.
You can go ahead and take the
I
action that
have-
you want to take before we get to this last thing. Yeah.
Like, hold up a minute. First off, I rolled a 26 on astral perception. What did
Yeah.
that get me?
Hey,
While
yo.
I'm hovering over semi-dead zombie body.
She's put the neck back together in terms of blood flow, shit like that. But she's losing ground on the nanites dying out, and there's simply not enough material here to fix everything that needs to be fixed, even with her pulling flesh from elsewhere and transmuting it.
Right.
Like, what you're gonna wind up with is a functioning internal structure of a Swiss cheese Arthur.
Gross. Yeah. Second question, are the nanites dying because they're running out of like energy, like electricity, or like dying out as they run out of like a cellular matrix to put onto Arthur?
They are... No, previously what they were doing was literally just like... So picture like, oh, there's no vein here. So the nanites create a nanite tube and grab onto both the ends and just be like, fixed, we did it.
Right, like when you say the
and then
nanite dying out, is it
They're
'cause-
running out of power
Okay,
and can't perpetuate their instructions.
okay. Second question, more concerning. Does the healing magic that I mean, we both use it, but what currently Merlin is doing, is it requiring like the cells specifically of Arthur to recreate this, or is it just all she is currently using? Like something about the genetic makeup is needed
I
for
would
the
say,
healing.
I would say that it is all she is currently using,
Mm-hmm.
but that you would suppose it would be more difficult to use, maybe not impossible, but more difficult to use non-Arthur cells to solve the problem. Just
Sure.
the way in modern medicine there's issues with like rejections and things like that.
Third worst question.
Yes.
Are the creatures that Oberon sent after us still around?
Yes.
The dead ones.
Yes.
Thanks, I hate it.
There is a
I said it was a panic.
spooky fey unicorn,
Love
a
it.
spooky
Okay.
fey direwolf, and a spooky fey giant centipede.
Awful.
I'm having flashbacks to Egg's lab.
I wasn't here for the.
Arthur was.
I have several spells that I might try rune reading to have them work an appropriate way.
Okay.
The most straightforward, I think, if you allowed, I have further options if you think I should try something else. Is just adding my healing magic to what Merlin is already doing and using kind of the flow of energy from the recently dead creatures to kind of grosser pull that cellular matrix towards Arthur and use those cells as like a donor.
I agree with the comment. You must use the unicorn for the for the theme.
The issue is cellular material.
Yeah.
So in theory, if you assisted with her healing magic by working in more cellular material, that would help.
Yes.
With that said, what needs to happen for that to happen is for you to bring over a bunch of flesh, transmute it into the right type of thing that's needed, and then work that into what Merlin is actively doing with the healing.
The fucking...
I was trying to look through it, even if it was like a spell that I don't have.
Yeah.
There's different types of like manipulation spells, which is closest to transmutation. There's not a specific animate or like transmutation spell. There is animate, which is taking an inanimate object into living object, which sells probably some cell death since it's been like a couple minutes, but not full cell death yet.
That's more what like Lance does with animating chairs and shit.
Wild.
Yeah.
And there's also, I have, oh god, where'd it go? Shape change, which usually that's human to critter. Potentially rune writing that into just cellular change.
So I was gonna
Critter
say,
to other critter.
rune writing, just the spell from base, would be hard. It will be easier if you start with shape change as a base, and then rune write a new spell off of that to do this. Because you're effectively, you're doing shape change the other way. You're doing creature into Arthur bits.
Yeah. And I feel like it wouldn't be as difficult putting it, like changing it on like a small cellular level rather than trying to change like a non-sentient creature into a whole ass person.
It's certainly easier than if you were just trying to like recreate Arthur's body from scratch.
Because it's usually like shape change usually from human complex sentient to a non-paranormal critter. So like smaller, less complex potentially, and then they just keep their human consciousness, so you're not trying to like shape that.
Yeah. So it's definitely possible. There are 3 things that are making this hard. 4 things. First is that you're altering a spell with rune writing, which is in general a difficult thing to do. You're like free form creating new magical spells as you go. The second one is that you are, if you were trying to take the flesh and then turn it into cells for you, that would be much easier. You're trying to turn it into cells for Arthur. That's harder.
Yeah.
The third thing is you're trying to incorporate this in like a dual fusion dance casting with the healing that Merlin's already doing.
Yeah.
Where you're just supplying raw materials into Merlin's spell.
Right. Figured that would be easier than trying to do that all myself.
Yeah, no, it is easier than trying to do it yourself, but it's still a thing that is difficult to do.
This is some wild shit.
If this works and I do it this way, this is the second time I've had like a flesh bending character, and I don't know how I feel about this. Only one was my choice.
The fourth thing is, I would say that even if you roll very well, you're going to have a significant amount of loss. So like, for big amounts of flesh you're using, you'll get a smaller amount of usable Arthur material.
Yeah. Okay. Do I know how technomancers work? Not really.
Yeah.
So there's that. several options. One is just slightly more simple.
I mean, I still don't know how technomancers work, so.
I don't know what abilities I have besides the shit I put under quick hacks. The other option is slightly changing Ignite to start powering the nanites. This is why I said I don't know how technomancers work.
The nanites are an incredibly niche and difficult to interact with technology.
Okay.
That I would say would be almost impossible for you to figure out how to interact with in a way to get them more power and keep them running. Like, you could try, but I think of the two things in terms of what you're good at and what you understand,
I am a
the nanites are
technomancer.
way harder. But these nanites are not like a standard thing. They're a very specific thing created by Arthur that he can only control by doing things in conjunction with Lake, that's an AI that exists inside the sword Excalibur. And even then, he spent years training for how to do it.
Okay, this
And
is why I
helps
said
design.
I don't know how this class
Theoretically,
works.
maybe. Yeah.
There's a whole like little nanite factory that's part of like Arthur's spine that like nanites flow into and are repaired and recharged and receive instructions, and it's a whole thing. And that system is just not operating right now because Arthur is not like consciously doing anything.
Also, they're burning energy really faster than they can recharge.
Incredibly
in the core.
fast, yes.
That's why I was thinking like Ignite I can like tune it down to like more powering electricity, but that was also kind of literally using my shaman stuff to try to figure out
Ooh.
technomancer stuff, because most of my technomancy stuff that I'm aware of is not currently useful.
You could certainly try, but the reason I don't think it would work super well is because the nanites are specifically designed not to absorb energy from outside sources and only recharge when they flow back through the little charging factory thing in Arthur's spine.
So that they don't
get
become a
fucked
gray
with.
goo
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
eat things.
I'm trying to read a spell.
This is
I'm
Agent
trying.
Cody Banks.
It is in Shadowrun speak, so I'm trying to get through it. I don't know what this is actually talking about. So I have like a technomancy spell called Infusion of Matrix Attribute.
Ooh.
I don't know what the attribute is or where I'd be putting this because it doesn't list what
That's an old
attributes are.
Shadowrun thing.
I haven't rewritten those.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
supposed
why I'm like, I don't
to-
know what this is supposed to be.
It temporarily ups the stats magically of a thing in the Matrix. So
Yeah.
maybe if theoretically a version of that is something to give them more juice so that they last longer.
It would be specifically like your attributes. So there's attributes that you have in Meat Space, and there gets slightly changed to do different things in the Matrix. So you would just be giving yourself a temporary attribute boost for like your rolls,
Yep.
for like body, which would be firewall, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So maybe not as
You can give it to devices though. It doesn't have to be a person.
In theory, you could maybe try and make the nanites that remain like sort of buff them with that.
I feel like Frankensteining would be.
But you have to decide
More
just where you
fun.
want to spend your time. But I will say, unlike trying to recharge the nanites, that I think would work. You could basically buff the nanites' efficacy of the ones that remain.
Of the two, if I tried either of them, which two I think would be, like, if they both work, which I think would be more overall useful? I feel like Frankensteining
So
Arthur would be
if you
overall
got
more
all
useful.
the way through the Frankensteining process, in theory, that would be incredibly valuable. However, it's definitely a multi-step process. So the good part of buffing the nanites is that you can do it once and it happens right now.
Yeah.
But the bad part is that the amount that it ultimately affects how the outcome may be significantly lower than the Frankensteining thing. And if you don't get through all of the steps of the Frankenstein, it does nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're also thinking about action economy of if you do this first, do you get all the way through the Frankensteining work?
Right. Yeah, I would say with that, probably start with infusing nanites so that at least gets a bit more time. Tempest will look up at Lance and just point to the unicorn and just say, "Bring that over here." I don't have time to explain. I'm sorry.
Because you said that, he'll just nod and sort of pulls the shield up over his back and runs over, grabs the unicorn and drags it over.
And as I'm doing that, I'll infuse Matrix attribute for trying to get that at least
Cool. Go ahead.
kind
and
of
roll that.
essentially in a more stable. 23.
Damn.
Okay. You cast the spell, you see the little sort of grayish, silvery energy ripple across the nanites. And they all sort of like, you see them almost like shudder slightly as that happens. It's really hard to tell. It is a swarm of microscopic creatures doing unclear things in a giant mound. But you think
Ants.
maybe they're shambling a little faster.
Not a shambling mound. The wrong game.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Great. So that'll be your before this final thing set up. So the way we're doing this is basically a group check where you can each do something to try and add to that group check. And yeah, basically. I can give you more information as we go on. But the group DC that you all need to hit for Arthur to live amongst the party
No.
is a total of 100.
Jeez. Okay.
Is this one round?
So I would say you all get one thing that you are doing. If it's a multi-part process, for instance, like what you're doing, we can talk about how much time you have to try and implement it, but realistically, you may need to try and offload parts of it if you're going to achieve that. So, like, for instance, Lance going over and grabbing the unicorn, for him, that takes almost no time at all. So he could probably do that and something additional.
Like stripping the muscle down.
Yeah, sure. Whatever it is you need. I would say you can probably do 2 things. And one of those has to be crafting this spell with your rune writing.
Yeah.
The second one can be one of the aspects of casting. You may need somebody to help with a different aspect of pulling this off. Celia is going, or not Celia, Merlin is going to be fully busy perpetuating this healing she's already doing. Because that's the spell that you're sort of weaving yours into.
Yeah.
Percy, I will say that you're basically going to get there during this period as this is happening and can do whatever. The people we can say are present are Percy, Celia, Lance, Gawain, Tempest, Merlin, And then you already summoned Hook, so Hook can be there. Garp, because he was already part of that. Technically, Zephyr is there.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else who would be there unless I'm forgetting something. So that's the team.
So would I just roll first aid again for the Valkyrie module? Because I can't think of anything to do with shift.
You're all there together. You can discuss what you want to do, and I will let that happen just sort of for free as you're all talking in this moment. Because what's going on is in Meat Space, this is sort of a frantic minute, maybe two, of you all discussing things, crafting spells, and trying to make shit happen. You all get 2 major actions you can take, but only one of those can be the roll that affects, like, the group roll. Sound good?
Yeah.
At least clarity.
I understand my job in this.
So, I'll give you all a
Don't
second.
die.
I'll give you all a second to think, and then you can all you all basically converge there and can talk.
I'm like trying to think if there's anything besides just rolling first aid for the Valkyrie module that Percy can do to help.
That would be an aspect of talking to people about, like, is there anything...
I am talking.
Oh.
Well, sorry. I will come back to you in character in 2 seconds, and you can have that discussion all together. I was cutting back to Arthur real quick.
Oh.
You're fine. Arthur.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I wish I could have been one of y'all's friends.
Gross.
But it feels like maybe... Unless there's something else.
Were my folks ever proud of what I was able to figure out?
No!
What I can see only stems from the memories that you had. Those with strong enough impact that it left an impression upon the core of you. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. Not exactly the same type of person, so...
Do you
At
think...
times, I think it... At times I was proud of myself.
And I think... Perhaps then that answers the question. If you had been in their shoes, even with all the complexity, I think you'd be proud.
there's anything I was so sure was a good idea, trying to rebel against the world, even have a chance.
I can't see the future. Past is uncertain in its value for determining such things, but gestures back towards what's currently going on. Someone seems to think so.
I'll only have one question left then. Would they, the people left, would they be okay without me? I may be better.
You said you railed against the whole world around you. And some of that, I'm sure, was part of who you are, but part of it is that even I can say that at large, the world can be a hard, dark place where friends die, stories are left twisted, unfinished, or tragic. Legacies are weapons as often as they are wounds. There's greed and anger. There's spite. And those we leave behind are not bathed in a purity of all the goodness that we hope for and bring, or the darkness of the world alone. They simply keep living, experiencing the world in all of its sudden and dynamic but brutal realism, just the way we did when we were alive. If they must go on without you, no one can read the future. But think of the world you were in, and then know that that is simply where you are leaving them to still live. Experience is shared. Even when you part forever, we are all still in the same world, the same universe. The question is not what will happen. You cannot know. But you already know because you have lived with them. Where they live and how they live now.
And as it gently starts to rain, just a little bit around Arthur's face,
You find that the warm cup you're holding in your hand, you're not sure exactly when you drank it, though you do remember having been sipping it, and the taste is still warm on your tongue. You look down and you see the familiar caramel-colored dregs of the unsippable last remnants of the coffee in the bottom of the white ceramic cup.
you don't know, I never even really liked this coffee. It's, at some point it just became home.
A hand gently placed on your back.
I hope they all find that with or without me.
I have a question for you, Saul.
I'm ready.
The two of you start to stand together. Meanwhile, outside.
Ah! Oh no. Okay, what's the grand scheme?
Steve sent Steve a vaguely threatening DM. Hold up.
Vaguely threatening DM.
This is true. Generally.
I have more questions. I'm filling in for John because he can't do anything, any kind of complex bullshit. So I'll
Yeah,
let
he
other
can't do
people
any
do
fuck
stuff
shit.
prior.
Oh,
Nope.
I
I'm following my job tonight to a T.
So you all get 2 actions.
yeah.
One of them can be the roll that counts toward the group total.
So here's what I have to offer to your scheme.
So I was gonna jump in, just let you guys RP with what you want to do, and then I will just help make those into rolls.
I mean, this is not RP. Okay, so here's what Percy has to offer in the grand scheme of things. She is great at, body or reflex rolls. So if it's like, need her to move something quickly or help support something, she might be able to do that. She's also able to, well, if she was in the material plane, she might be able to summon stuff that you need, but I don't think she can do that within the warehouse. I haven't tried. So maybe lots of physical help if you need it, because I don't think she'll be much magical help.
Okay.
That, or she can make another roll on the Valkyrie module with first aid. Oh, she's also good at endurance related things. So athletics, endurance, or first aid.
Nice.
Because I don't think bartending, stealth, or guns are gonna help here.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I'll just make a really good drink.
Maybe for the wake.
Stop.
No, you shut up.
Oh, we need a mod
Just the
in
boat
chat.
wake.
I don't have Twitch up.
Oh, I got it.
It's not me. Does Celia have any ideas on things? So I can maybe it'll be easier if I ask Steve dumb questions first. So my options are do a lot of like a thread of what 3 or 4 shaman like magic checks to get meat from body to meat on new body to help heal.
So the way this would work is you would roll an initial spell casting, which tells us how well you've like constructed your spell.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can describe. So to me, it sounds like there are 4 elements to the spell.
Okay.
There's get the meat off of the
Unicorn.
donor.
Uh-huh.
Lovely.
There's write the spell to transmute from unicorn to Arthur flesh.
Yeah.
There's transmute from unicorn to Arthur flesh.
You already said that.
What?
Didn't you just say that twice?
No, one is making the spell. The other one is then doing the thing.
No, you said transmute from unicorn to Arthur twice, unless I misheard you.
So there's write the spell, like invent the
Yes.
spell. And then the third thing on the list is actually cast that spell.
Okay, you were describing it entirely differently 3 seconds ago.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to...
No, I mean, like, you were using... One was, like, mechanics and the other was roleplay, and you just switched between the two without explaining the first one.
Sorry.
This is why
So-
my game has been on pause for literally months.
It's been
So-
it's
So
been like
I'm
9
gonna
months.
describe like what I think the 4 things are, and then I will
Mhm.
attach what I think the roles are to each of those.
Okay.
So step 1 is like get meat.
Yeah. Meat is meat.
Meat is meat. Step 2 is write spell.
Yeah.
Step 3 is cast that spell. Step 4 is weave that spell into Merlin's spell.
Yeah. Okay.
You can personally do 2 of those.
How could I not do 3 out of 4 of those? If those are my spell.
No, I mean like with action economy. 'Cause
Yeah.
You get 2 actions.
I see.
Yes.
So, would it be further steps to not necessarily use the healing magic? Like, Merlin's doing her own thing, but instead take already available bioenhanced cybernetics and shape change those into vital systems for Arthur to use, because it would be you're not changing it'd be shape changing potentially how I'm combining shamanism and technomancer, which I haven't done before.
Yeah.
So it would be not changing like the biometrics. It wouldn't be like creating like from metal and electricity to a cybernetic, but actually already biocompatible mechanics. But it'd be just changing the way the cybernetic worked, using magic to transmute it not a cybernetic, but from like
one
part
cybernetic
to
into a
another.
different cybernetic. Yeah.
that would keep him alive, bare
Do
minimum.
we have a cybernetic you're wanting to transmute?
This is potentially very possible.
Like, what are we going to use to fill in his holes? That was not.
Yeah.
What are you gonna use?
Yeah, what are we
So-
gonna. What rods and metal are we gonna use to fill those holes?
Yeah. So here's what I will tell you.
Sorry.
You have potentially Celia to hand as an additional caster. that you can pull in
Yeah.
For the original plan.
for whatever.
Okay.
Because I
And
mean,
you
using
have-
some shamanism as well, not just necromancy.
And you have potentially two other casters in the warehouse that you have not pulled in on this.
Do we?
You have OG Merlin, who is immediately to hand.
Fuck that guy.
And
being
at
like,
some distance,
"Oh, my
so they
trap."
would probably take at some distance, so they would probably take a second to get there. You have Basement Fairy.
Aren't they locked in the basement?
Fairy?
Sorry, what?
Aren't they not locked in the basement?
No, they're not locked.
No, they're just
Okay.
This
locked
is a
in
nice
the warehouse
fairy.
in general. They just can't leave.
This
Okay.
is nice, fairy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I don't
Wow.
know why you have a fairy in your basement.
We're really bringing through the power of friendship.
But I have no way of contacting either of these people.
Um,
Because I don't know any of them exist. I might have heard mention of Merlin, but only we hate that guy.
yes, yeah.
Which seems like a bad choice for help.
Everyone else does understand that these two people exist and would be capable of contacting them. But Tempest specifically would not.
Right.
Technically,
would like-
you'd be able to contact OG Merlin, who's definitely just kind of loitering slightly above you all on the stairs, just watching.
Wild. I hate that.
What
Okay.
an asshole.
First, before start RPing, does this seem that like something that would be possible compared to the too many different steps in the other one?
Both seem like they would result in very good outcomes.
But the other would take too long.
Not necessarily. It takes too long for you to do entirely solo.
But
So like you can
you're
have-
telling me to like rewrite my own spell and use it differently, so I don't know how someone else would be able to use my own spell as a secondary thing.
So somebody else could try and fill in and basically channel your spell into Merlin's spell and pick up that component of it.
Wouldn't
Somebody
that
else
that
could
feels
source
like
the
adding
beat
a
for you.
secondary step than whatever is like
It's
adding
not-
a third person to funnel into a spell feels like you're just adding more time that it would take, because you're just, instead of going directly from me to Merlin, you're going from me to someone else to Merlin. That feels like an automatic channel to me.
I have
It's that somebody has to control basically how the two spells come together to make the fusion spell aspect happen. That's why
Okay.
it's hard.
But it would use less people and be possible in one during this whole thing the other way around with cybernetic stuff.
The cybernetic stuff you can definitely do solo. It might create a positive effect. It's not going to be as much just putting things back, like healing Arthur back the way he was.
Well, yeah,
as
I didn't expect
option
him to
number one.
be the
But
same.
yeah, you could reasonably just kind of do that one. What I would allow also is if you pulled other people in, if you wrote the spell to do your Frankenstein thing, action economy wise, you could do that and do the cyber thing.
What?
wild.
Like just writing the spell, not
Yeah.
executing it?
Correct.
Okay.
So rewriting both spells, like the shape change for the cybernetics
Yes.
and the shape change for the.
Yes. And once a spell's written, theoretically, any other caster with sufficient spellcraft could cast the spell once it
So
was
we'd
given
need-
to them.
2 extra casters? Or just 1?
Well, have Celia.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but like, would somebody need to take your instructions for Frankenstein, and then somebody else take your instructions
Yes.
for Cyber.
Basically,
So-
Tempest could write both spells, and if you could find 2 other casters, you could get both of them actually
Okay,
cast
but if-
and done.
A fun side project for this week might be the scheme to keep Arthur alive.
We're so close. Oh my god, no.
Okay.
Let's get Fairy Boy McGee from the basement. Percy can do that. She's very fast. That's her other thing she's good at. She's fast.
Running.
So
Okay.
let's have Percy go do the flight of her fucking life to grab Fairy Boy McGee. Have Celia step in to help Tempest with part 2 of one of the spells of Celia's choice, and have our boy Surly OP do the other half.
That
And Lance does the
could
rips
work.
and tears.
Yeah, I have a hard task for Lance.
Rip and tear! And Gawain encourages everyone so that they get bonuses.
That is true.
Yes. I
Is
know.
that the plan y'all want to roll with?
I'm up for that.
I'm down.
Okay.
Right, need more mages.
Let's make an athletics check, baby! I worked it in there. Did you see me? Did you see me working that athletics check?
Mhm.
I'm running. Speed.
I'm running!
Okay. Then here's how I want to do this. I'm gonna have you all make rolls, and we will hold off on Lance's rolls until he's here next time. We will hold off on some of those other rolls until next time. I'm gonna have you all make rolls now and write down the results of those rolls. Next time we will come back in with just immediately having those rolls happen, and then we will jump into the RP scene of what actually happens as the intro of next time.
Okay.
Percy,
Where do you want me to do you want me to just tell you? Now?
in a second, you don't fully know what I'm asking you to roll yet.
But I'm rolling athletics.
You are, but I was going to say, if you want, you can add your you have wall running and the one where you can run across air. I forget what that's called.
Skate.
You can,
Scooch.
if you want, you can cast skate and wall running, and if they're good enough, that will lower the DC for you to pass that.
Okay. Let
Wall
me.
No, I'm just referencing out loud. That's not the
So
actual
I
thing.
don't have a spellcasting skill. Should I just roll shift?
I thought you did.
No, wall running and skate just happen, and then I use like my athletics.
Oh.
So for spellcasting, it's
Like she doesn't
mine-
cast spells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
for like that skill, if you were gonna roll something, mine is my like magical attribute plus like that level.
So she
that I've
doesn't.
added to it.
They just happen. She doesn't roll for them.
Yeah,
to
no, you're
cast
right.
Them.
Okay, cool.
It's
I
just
think
like she would have to be like.
those are just
okay,
things you can do, because, yeah. Of
But
how
she would have to like
adepts work.
roll the skill to be like, oh, I'm going to athletically do XYZ.
Okay, then here's what I'll say. Give me a
Pretty sure.
reflex save.
Oh fuck.
If
Okay.
that's good enough, it'll lower the DC on the athletics check, because we'll say that you were able to effectively use your skills.
22.
Okay.
Cool.
Uh,
I believe in you, Michelle.
Okay.
cool. And then what's your athletics roll?
That was a 9 on the die plus 17. So 26.
Cool. I think next makes sense, Tempest. Is there anything extra you're trying to do to lower the difficulty of these spellcraft rolls where you're just going to roll your spell casting.
So I was offloading the cybernetics to cybernetic acquisition to Lance. Case is gonna be so mad at me.
He does have a surgery brain.
It's true.
Are you talking?
Like he has medical
Lance has a skill soft in him that
in medical, so he can do surgery.
taught him most of what a guy learned in med school.
Wild. I don't know how relevant that is, but
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, this Ripper Doc shit.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that would not require other like time. Like my analyzed truth might give me something, but also that's taking more rounds.
Cool. Then I would just say roll your spell casting twice and tell me with each one which spell you're writing.
Okay. So probably the one.
And remember, you have luck that you can spend as well.
Right. Probably do the Frankensteining one first, and since Celia's there, I'll start kind of writing it to her. Life and death and all that.
Okay, I did double check it while running was like a running check. Like positive modifiers.
Okay.
That was a 26.
Okay.
And then next will
be. You
be.
have to decide before you roll your next one if you're going to apply any luck to that.
Yeah, I'll just chuck all my luck at the next one. Because that was going to be weirder and a higher cost, personally. So next will be the Technomancer. One that'll just be kind of holding in pause until this next person that Percy's getting comes. Fuck yeah, I exploded, got a 31.
God
Plus
damn.
7, so that's a 38.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
We all said, live, bitch!
Steve's just in here being like, scribbles out DC, writes the higher number.
Done that before with like HP, like bosses, they just get to half. I'm like, oh, this is supposed to be hard. Double.
Tempest. Okay, the Frankenstein is a 26 roll.
Fuck.
And the Tempest Cyber is a 38.
Yes.
God, eh?
There's 7 luck.
And I'm assuming of your 2 rolls, you're wanting to keep the 38 as going toward the group check.
No, I'm gonna make it lower for the drama that there hasn't been any of yet.
For the drama.
Hell yeah. Okay. And then the last roll of the night will be Celia.
I think you should make me roll just for the
No.
memes.
So will save.
Um,
Resist torture and drugs.
Celia, if you're wanting to follow on with what Tempest is wanting you to help with, it's this sort of Frankenstein spell system where you're going to be casting this spell to convert the unicorn flesh into Arthur flesh, and then weaving that spell into Merlin's spell so that Merlin can use that in healing Arthur. That's 2 spell casting checks that would use both of your actions to help out.
And I'm guessing I have to leave the little Arthur moat in his little room.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I
would
was
say
half believed that was what
I would
brought
say-
the spooky dude to show up.
I would say if you want to still have left that sort of warmth and effect that you were creating there, because you had time beforehand, you're welcome to leave something behind, whether that's just a little mote of sort of astral energy from you, or whether you'd like to summon a small something.
You could just stay. You know, they'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
But you definitely hear Tempest fervently calling for assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to roll for drain too. Fuck.
Yeah. This is gonna be a big spicy drain roll.
It's gonna hurt.
But we can leave that for next time.
Okay.
I had thought of that. I think it's okay to leave that for next time.
I mean, I think I know what she's gonna leave in there. I have like a little dramatic thing I want to do before I do my
Yeah, that sounds
spellcasting rolls.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Please do.
Yeah, seeing Tempest and Merlin doing a struggle bus, she still has like her hands kind of like around the little Arthur moat, and she's like
And
slowly.
I will say, as you've had your hand there, it hasn't flickered since you held your hand there.
Oh, she's steadying it.
I'm holding your hand. She's slowly gonna like pull her hands back, and she's gonna take her sword that she has, the one that Titania gave her, and she's just gonna kind of like slowly raise it up, kind of like very knightly, and ignite it slightly, more so just so it's kind of warm, not that it will set anything on fire. And she'll just say, I may have been knighted by another, sworn to stand by Titania's side, but I will carry my own blade with the sense of justice and light that you seek to bring to the world. In all the tales I was told of Camelot when I was younger, it was said that Arthur might return. And she'll just like turn her sword kind of upside down, so it's like propped up against the little pedestal where the moat is, and then she'll like do like a little knightly bow and like scurry off to go help Tempest and Merlin.
I'll
I
easily
got
say
chills,
that
bro.
given the height of the room, you're able to easily just ignite the blade in here, and like
Hell
everything
yeah.
in here is made of stone or iron. There's nothing that's gonna light on fire.
flaming sword.
And because there's still the remnants of that little cage that was torn asunder as the energy exploded out of it, and the moat is still sort of at the center of that, you can actually just sort of set the sword upright in the little, this sort of little cup that's made by the top of the cage, all the bars coming together, and leave it there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you run off to assist the others. TBD how that might affect the situation.
It's a beacon.
But
Go to that light.
Like that one. That
Keep
go
it-
that way.
Keeping
This
him warm.
The moon. Follow the moon.
You can borrow my sword since Excalibur blew up.
just making notes of all the positive things that have happened.
Fuck.
And then, so the last rolls of the night, Celia, can you give me 2 spellcasting rolls? The first one will be to cast the spell that Tempest has given you, and the second one will be to then weave that in with Merlin's spellcasting.
Heck yeah.
Okay, 18. You also have luck. You can spend it on either one, but you have to tell me if you want to spend it on the first one before you move on to the second one.
Okay.
I believe you have
I have
7.
7 left.
Yeah, that you can spend.
Does luck in this homebrew work similar to Shadowrun? Or
It
not
comes
Shadowrun,
back
Cyberpunk?
perception. Yeah.
Okay, cool. First one is weaving it in. What was
First
it
one
again?
is casting the spell as it was given to
Okay.
you. Second one is integrating it with Merlin's spell casting.
Just flesh
Okay.
to flesh instead of flesh to sticker.
I think
Kind of bigger to
I'll.
flesh if you think about it.
I think I'll use the luck on the second one.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
Okay, so
Yo.
you're putting all your luck on the second one. That means it's a total of 27.
Hopefully Gawain can give us some
Gawain!
inspiration.
So total 18 on the first one, 27 on the second roll. Okay. Next session, we will have Lance make their rolls. And I think I'll leave Merlin to make their rolls in person next time as well. Will be more fun.
Fuck.
So
Can I tell Lance what he wants, what I want him to do?
Do you want to
Or
say
wait till
now,
next
or
time?
do you want to wait till next time?
I don't know. I don't know if it'll be better for him to know about it now.
Have
if
time.
we tell him after session, or him
I
to just
think
come
let's-
straight into it.
Let's jump into it next time. Will be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is where we will end for tonight. As you all work together, Tempest writing spells, Percy sprinting across walls, jumping through spaces, running on the air to run and grab additional spellcasting assistance, Celia leaving a warm glow for Arthur to follow home as they attempt to help with the spellcasting that Tempest has set up. Lance bringing over materials and attempting to figure out how else to assist. Everyone is just coalescing together in this moment as Arthur, you stand up next to Friend and gaze out through the gentle rain at the sun seeming to just rapidly set and descend over the horizon.
Oh.
That warm, friendly glow still keeping at bay the
sunset.
cold that's radiating out from inside you as it just bathes your skin in that warm, comforting light.
Okay.
That's where we'll end for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming.
Fuck.
Until next time, always remember, never forget, the birds work for the bourgeoisie. Good night.
Caca.